I raised my glass. Thank you for the bicycle, Malcolm. It really helps getting around. He paused mid-sip. The rim of the wine glass touched his lower lip, then stopped. He lowered it an inch. Blinked. What bicycle, he asked. Lorene, I gave you a Mercedes-Benz. Camille choked. A sharp, wet sound. Red wine sprayed from her mouth straight onto the white tablecloth. Someone gasped. Someone else laughed awkwardly. The kind of laugh that doesn't know where to land. My son Aaron looked between us. Wait, what? Camille grabbed her napkin, coughing into it. Sorry, that just caught me. The table stilled. I didn't speak. I reached for my own napkin and dabbed at the edge of the spill. Not to clean, just to keep my hand busy. It had started to shake. I folded the linen in half and pressed down gently. The fabric warmed beneath my palm. Malcolm frowned. You got the car right? I got a bicycle, I said. His voice dropped. Lorene, I wired the money 6 months ago. You didn't use it. Camille let out a soft laugh, too high-pitched. Oh, that car. The white one? It's mine. Aaron got it for me. Surprise gift. She nudged his arm. Right, babe. Aaron gave a stiff smile. Yeah. Let's not get into finances during dinner. Malcolm looked at me. His eyes weren't angry, just puzzled. You really didn't? I kept my voice even. No, Malcolm, I didn't. Someone changed the subject. I think it was Camille. Something about the dessert arriving late, the catering company, or the wrong candles. I heard none of it. I folded the napkin again, smaller this time. My fingers pressed along the creases. From where I sat, I could see the tray by the front door, the place we all tossed our keys. There was a Mercedes fob there. Its key tag had been scratched until unreadable. I stared at it. The room filled again with the sound of forks, tapping water being poured someone's chair, creaking. Everyone pretended the moment hadn't happened. No one looked at me. I reached for my water glass. Lifted it. My jaw had gone tight. I sipped nothing. Aaron's voice came through the noise. Let's enjoy the evening. It's been a long week. I nodded once. But inside me, something didn't nod. Something sat up clear-eyed, watching now. I set the glass down without a sound. The wine stain was already drying, and I hadn't said a word about the delivery tag I saved from the bike, one that didn't come from Malcolm's address. I followed Aaron into the kitchen. Plates clinked in the sink. The hum of the dishwasher filled the silence between us. I wanted to ask about what Uncle Malcolm said. I began steady. He didn't look up. Let's not ruin the trip, Mom. I waited. He dried his hands, turned halfway. Camille thinks maybe there was a tax mix-up. Some kind of reporting issue. The money might have gone through an old channel, or it's complicated. Camille walked in with 2 glasses of water. We're not accountants, Lorene, she said lightly. You probably misunderstood. You know how Malcolm exaggerates. That wine must have gone to his head. She set a glass down in front of me. The logo on it matched the blurry one I'd seen earlier on the printed itinerary left on the dining table. A luxury car brand. It hadn't been addressed to anyone, but it listed a week's worth of events all under Camille's name. Test drives, shoots, gift bags. I didn't touch the glass. Aaron cleared his throat. Also, just a heads up, the guest room's full. We put your things on the sofa. Hope that's okay. Camille added. It's a really nice one. It pulls out. I said nothing. I walked down the hallway alone. The carpet muffled my steps. I reached the guest room. The door was closed. I raised my hand, but didn't knock. The light was on under the door. I heard Camille's voice low and hurried, then Aaron's. A pause. Then nothing. I took a breath. Held it. Let it out slow. Then turned. Back in the living room, I unzipped my suitcase and placed it next to the sofa. I didn't unpack. I laid a thin throw over the cushions and sat down carefully, keeping my back straight, my palms flat on my knees. Outside, a car passed. Inside, the house creaked as it settled. I stared at the blank television screen. There was a folded itinerary still sitting on the dining table. The logo faint, but the word Fleet printed in gold ink shimmered, even in low light. I reached up, loosened my earrings, set them gently on the table beside the glass of untouched water. A faint vibration buzzed from my phone in my bag. I didn't check it. I lay down on the sofa and turned toward the back cushions away from the hallway light. Behind me, I heard the guest room door open and close again. A hushed laugh. Then silence. My eyes stayed open long after the lights went out. I leave the house before anyone wakes. The air is cold, clean. I drive into town and park by the cafe on Main Street, the one with the small, round tables and the steady smell of coffee. I choose a seat near the window. Not to watch people, just to have my back to something solid. I open my laptop. The bank's archive takes longer to load than I remember. I don't rush it. I wrap both hands around the mug when it arrives. The heat seeps in slowly. I wait. The inbox appears. Years of entries. I scroll with 2 fingers careful, precise. Then I see it. Malcolm's name. The subject line is plain. For you. I click. Lorene. I transferred the money today. Use this however you like. You deserve better than that rust bucket you keep driving. Don't argue with me about it. I don't move. The amount sits there clean and exact. $120,000. The confirmation code. The destination account. Mine. I stare at the screen. My reflection stares back, faint, in the glass. I breathe out through my nose. One breath. Long, steady. So it was real. Not a misunderstanding. Not a joke. Not a glass of wine too many. I scroll down. The timestamp is early, before lunch, 6 months ago. I check the date again. Then I open another tab. Social media. Camille's page. There it is. A glossy post from that same afternoon. Her smile wide. One hand on the hood of a white Mercedes. The caption talks about hard work. Blessings. Finally, seeing results. I don't read the comments. I look at the times. The post went up hours after the transfer cleared. My thumb rests on the trackpad. Still. The coffee cools. I don't drink it. Around me, cups clink. A chair scrapes. Someone laughs near the counter. None of it reaches me. I close the email. Open the transaction history. The line item is gone. Not missing, moved, routed, redirected. The trail doesn't end. It just doesn't want to be seen. I save copies. 3 of them. Different folders. Different names. My hands don't shake now. I think of the bicycle, the bent basket, the rust on the chain, the delivery tag folded in my coat pocket. I think of Malcolm's face when he said the words out loud. I think of Camille's wine hitting the tablecloth. I shut the laptop gently, not like I'm done, like I've just found the right hinge and tested it once. Outside the window, a white car pulls into a parking space across the street. Not the same one, but close enough to make my jaw tighten. I leave cash on the table, stand, pick up my bag. As I walk out, I already know my next stop won't be back at the house. I push open the glass door, walk straight to the counter, pull out my ID. Title transfer records, I say. Under my name, full history. Please. Certified copies. The clerk, a man maybe in his 30s, types with 2 fingers. Doesn't ask why. Just nods and clicks. Minutes pass. He prints. Pages slide out one by one. He reads the top sheet, then reads it again. His brow tightens. He flips to the second page. Frowns deeper. This one, he says, slowly tapping the middle line, was signed on your behalf. I look down. My name is there, but it's not mine. The writing loops too clean. The spacing too careful. A fake trying to look casual. Is this a power of attorney situation, he asks? No, I say. It isn't. He hesitates. Do you want me to flag it for review? Not yet. He hands me the copies. My fingers don't tremble. I place both hands flat on the counter. Still. Steady. I scan the document. The vehicle listed is a 2022 white Mercedes SUV. VIN clear. Transfer date 4 days after Malcolm's wire. Current owner Camille Lang, Lang Creative LLC. Business address listed downtown office suite. Not a home. Not Aaron's. My mouth stays closed. My jaw locks behind it. The paper hums faintly in my hand. Do you need a stamped envelope for these? The clerk asks. Yes. He hands it over. I fold the papers slowly. Not rushed. One crease. Then another. I tuck them inside. Seal it. Would you like a receipt? No. I slide the envelope into my coat pocket. Smooth the lapel. Nods exchange. Nothing more. As I exit, my eyes catch a notice posted on the glass. Forgery is a felony. Report concerns to the county legal office. The door shuts behind me. Outside, the wind pulls at the edges of my coat. I button it tight. I don't go back to the lake house. I walk toward the main street. One step. Then another. A store display blinks in the corner window, luxury bags, heels, and a small sign, "Drive your worth." I keep walking. Each footfall feels more certain. Not angry, not shaken, just deliberate. They thought the documents would stay buried. Or unread, that I'd nod politely, thank them for crumbs, sleep on sofas. But some hands only look still. What they're really doing is holding everything together. I cross the street. The attorney's office is 1 block over. I spread the papers across June's kitchen table. She doesn't ask questions, just pours the coffee and leaves the room, closing the door behind her with that quiet grace I've always admired. No fuss, no pity. I power up the scanner, pull out the file folder I keep inside the lining of my suitcase. Birth certificate, marriage license, pension records, and 1 envelope marked vehicle title, original. I lay the original next to the certified copy. Same shape, same lines, same name, almost. I take a pen, draw a slow circle around the top left corner, the L in Lorene. Then I lean closer. There's something I always include. Something no one else would ever notice. A single faint dot I add after the L when I sign anything truly mine. Not decorative, not accidental. Just a habit formed years ago after a long legal mess with my maiden name. That dot is always there. On the original, clear, even if barely visible. On the transfer form, gone. The L swirls confidently, too confidently. Whoever did this thought smoothness equals believability. They missed the flaw that made it real. I lift my coffee mug, grip it tighter than usual. The warmth digs into my palm. I don't sip. My knuckles blanch. Still, I say nothing. No rage, no gasp. Just quiet. I tap the screen, pull up the scan, zoom in, zoom out. The dot isn't there. It never was. The signature was forged. I place the mug down, smooth the tablecloth, open my phone. I scroll slowly, past Camille's texts, past the family group chat with the emoji updates and empty check-ins. Then I stop at one name, Greg, trust attorney. I press call. He answers on the second ring. Greg Levitt. This is Lorene Emmons, I say. Pause. Lorene, of course. Everything all right. I'd like to revisit a conversation from last year. Another pause. Then, the one about the title updates and contingency protections. Yes. Understood. Do you want to come in or talk remotely? I'll come in, tomorrow. Time and address confirmed. I end the call. The mug sits untouched beside me. I gather the papers, stack them, align the edges. My thumb rests on the corner of the forged page. I fold it once, then again. Tuck it into a new envelope and slide it beneath the others. Outside, the wind picks up. Tree branches shift shadows across the hardwood floor. I press my phone to my ear again. No call this time. Just muscle memory. Then I turn. Walk slowly toward the back porch. One hand on the doorframe. One eye on the sky. I don't flinch when the screen slams behind me. I arrive on time. Not early. Not late. Camille greets me with a kiss to the air. Aaron gives a pat on the back, his hand barely touching my shoulder. The table is already set. Avocado toast, scrambled eggs fruit arranged in 2 neat rows. I take my seat without comment. They talk. Loudly. Fast. As if I'm another piece of furniture in the room. Camille leads. So we're wrapping everything up before next month, she says, buttering half a croissant. The car title's finally going to be in my name. For real this time. Aaron nods, focused on his phone. Yeah, it's just paperwork now. Standard stuff. She adds. Lawyers love to make things sound complicated. It's really just clicking a few buttons. Boom, done. My hands stay still. I lift my mug. Sip slowly. Black coffee. No sugar. No cream. Camille waves a hand. Anyway, the brand deal should close next week. They're sending a photographer to the lake house, so everything has to look polished. Aaron's handling the schedule. Aaron glances up. Yeah, and there's a new venture we're starting together. Real estate adjacent? Super low risk. He doesn't elaborate. They both avoid my eyes. I don't ask. I listen. Camille leans in toward Aaron. We just need to make sure the mailing address is changed before the shoot. Wouldn't want any confusion when the documents show up. He grunts in agreement. I refill my coffee. The pot is hot. I pour slowly, one hand steady on the handle, the other bracing the mug. I smile once. A small thing. Exact. Nothing extra. Then I rotate the handle of my cup until it points north. Habit. Camille reaches for her phone. Oh, look at this one. She holds up a filtered photo, her leaning on the hood of the white SUV. Sunglasses heels wind in her hair. Aaron chuckles. You look like money. She hums. That's the point. I sip. Don't react. Her voice floats back toward me. Hope we didn't overstep using the lake house last weekend. It just photographs so well. I told them it's part of the family trust. Technically not wrong. Aaron adds, we're keeping everything in the family, just optimizing assets. I place the mug down gently. The ceramic clicks on wood. No one notices. They move on vacation plans, brunch spots, influencer events. Camille talks about a possible segment with local news. Aaron scrolls through his calendar like it's a stock ticker. I nod, occasionally. Never interrupt. Later, as they start clearing plates, Camille says something about invoices needing Mom's name for now. Aaron says he'll handle it. I offer to do the dishes. Camille waves me off. We've got it, Lorene. Just relax. I lean back. Fold my hands once, then uncross them. They don't see me watching. I push open the glass doors of the county records office just after it opens. No crowd, no wait. I walk straight to the counter, documents in hand, breath steady. I need certified ownership confirmations for these parcels, I say, sliding a list forward. And one additional form. The clerk glances down. Power of attorney revocation. Yes, I'd like that notarized. He raises an eyebrow but says nothing. Prince begins sliding from the machine. He works quickly, efficiently. I step aside when he motions, sit at a side desk, and begin filling out the revocation. Legal name, ID number, the date of the original grant. It wasn't real, but I treat it like it was. That's the trick counterfiction with fact. I check each box. Initial where needed. Then I reach the bottom line. My hand pauses pen, resting just above the page. One breath. Then I sign. Clean. Controlled. The dot after the L exactly where it belongs. No hesitation. The clerk returns, sees the form, reviews it once. Most people don't catch this kind of thing in time, he says, stamping the page. You're lucky. I don't respond. He places everything into a thick envelope. Ownership certifications. Freeze requests. The revoked power form. One last thing I say. I want a temporary freeze on all joint financial assets tied to the trust. Duration 30 days. He nods. You'll need to confirm with the legal office downtown. I'll flag it on file now. Do it. He slides over a signature pad. I press my finger, wait for the beep. He seals the folder, tapes it shut, and hands it across. Anything else today? No. I take the envelope. No glance back. No thank you. Just a nod. I step through the automatic doors. Sunlight hits my face as I walk back toward the car. The weight in my coat isn't heavy. It's solid. I place the folder in the passenger seat, buckle it in like a person. I drive through the old part of town. Familiar streets? Old signs? They haven't changed, but something in me has. At the red light, I glance at the courthouse steps. I'll be back here soon, but not today. Today is for pulling out the nails they never thought I'd notice. I turn the wheel, merge into traffic. No calls, no music, just the road, the folder. The truth sealed and numbered, and enough time left to use it. I stand before anyone else, lifts a glass. Not abruptly, not dramatically. Just enough to stop the motion around the table. Camille is already halfway into her toast. She smiles, wide glass-raised eyes, scanning the room for approval. Aaron sits beside her, jaw tight, shoulders squared, like he's bracing for impact he doesn't believe will come. Malcolm sits across from me. I wait until Camille clears her throat. Before we do that, I say calm, even. I want to add something. The room hesitates. Not silence yet, just uncertainty. I slide the folder across the table. It stops in front of Camille's plate. This, I say, is what I received instead of a Mercedes-Benz. She laughs once. Short. Sharp. Lorene now isn't. I open the folder. Paper meets air. The sound is small, but it lands. I turn the pages slowly. Not for them. For me. Bank logs. Wire confirmations. The date Malcolm sent the money. The time it left my account. The destination. Her name. Her company. I lay down the signature comparison. The real one. The forged one. I don't explain the dot. I don't have to. Then the title transfer. The VIN. The address. Her LLC. No one speaks. I fold my napkin once. Then again. My hands don't shake. Camille's smile slips. This is insane, she says, reaching for the folder. Malcolm lifts his hand. Not high. Just enough. Don't, he says. He looks at Aaron. Really looks at him. You told me she cried when she saw the car. You said she was speechless with joy. Aaron doesn't answer. You said it made her feel taken care of. Malcolm continues. His voice stays low. You told me you were being a good son. Aaron's mouth opens. Closes. Camille pushes back her chair. This is a misunderstanding. You can't just. Malcolm sets his wine glass down. The sound is dull. Final. She stops talking. I don't raise my voice. I don't ask for explanations. I don't look at anyone except the table. The truth sits there between the plates. Heavy. Undeniable. Someone coughs. A fork scrapes. Aaron finally speaks. Mom, we were going to fix it. I look up then. Just once. You fixed it, I say. For yourselves. No one interrupts me. I slide the last page forward. The freeze notice. The revocation. Dated. Signed. Camille stares at it like it's written in another language. Malcolm exhales through his nose. Slow. Controlled. Give me the keys, he says. She shakes her head. You don't understand. I do, he says. Now. Her hand trembles as she reaches into her bag. The keys hit the table, metal on wood. I stand, push my chair in. The folder stays open. Behind me, Camille tries to speak again, but the only sound left in the room is breathing uneven and exposed as the weight of what's been unwrapped begins to settle. Camille pushes back from the table hard enough to knock her chair sideways. "This is humiliating," she snaps. "You planned this." She grabs her bag. Papers slide to the floor. She doesn't look at them. She doesn't look at me. Aaron stands so fast his chair tips. "Camille, wait. Just explain it. Please. You said she's already halfway to the door." "I don't owe anyone an explanation," she throws over her shoulder. The front door slams. Aaron hesitates. His face folds in on itself, panic replacing the practiced calm. "Camille, wait." He follows her out, calling her name like it might still work. The room stays frozen. No one moves to clean the table. No one gathers the papers. The truth sits where it landed. Malcolm rubs his forehead once. Then he looks at me. "I never doubted you," he says. His voice is quiet, worn. "I just didn't know what they did." I nod. That's all. He reaches for the keys on the table, turns them once in his hand, then sets them down again closer to me, but not touching me. "I'll fix this," he says. "Whatever it takes." I don't answer. Around us, the family avoids each other's eyes. Plates cool, glasses sit half full. Someone's phone buzzes and goes unanswered. Outside, an engine starts. I turn my head slightly, just enough to see through the window. The white car backs out of the driveway. Fast. Too fast. Gravel spits. Then it's gone. She left in it. I breathe in. Slow. Controlled. Malcolm follows my gaze. His mouth tightens. "She shouldn't have." "She did," I say. Silence returns. Thicker now. I reach for my coat. Fold it once along the arm. Then again. The fabric slides under my fingers like something familiar. Something I know how to hold. I stand. The keys remain on the table. I don't pick them up. Malcolm watches me, confusion flickering. "You don't want—" "I'm fine," I say. I move toward the door, not quickly, not dramatically. I open it and step into the night air. Cold hits my face. Clean, honest. Behind me, no one follows. I stay there for a moment, just breathing, letting the noise inside dull. Then I step forward, closing the door gently behind me, already knowing what I'll do next. I wake early. No alarms, no sound, just the shift of light through the blinds. I get up, pull on the cardigan draped across the chair, and move toward the kitchen. Bare feet, cool floor, one step, then another. I fill the kettle, let it hum, grind the beans, let them bloom. I don't rush. I don't think. The coffee finishes. I reach for my mug, ceramic pail slightly chipped near the handle. My favorite. Always has been. I pour slowly. The steam rises. The surface stills. Not a single drop spills. I carry it to the table. One chair pulled out. Just one. Across from me on the far edge of the table sit the keys. I don't touch them. They shine faintly in the early light. A glint off the M of the fob. A quiet apology that can't speak. I sit, my back to the window. Sun warming the back of my neck. Both hands around the mug now. I breathe in once. Slow. Even. No catch in the throat. No shake in the fingers. The envelope lies beside the keys. Sealed. From Greg the attorney. I don't open it. I already know what it says. The freeze holds. The revocation stands. The forged signature now flagged in 2 counties. All assets protected under the clause. Malcolm forgot existed, but I didn't. The lake house retitled. In my name only. No lien, no claim, no loophole. All filed, all recorded, all done. I sip. The coffee's strong. Bitterness lingers, but not unpleasantly. I look out the window. The lake is still, trees unmoved. A single bird crosses low, vanishing into pine. The quiet is full, not empty. I rest the mug on the table. The warmth presses into my palms. The keys remain where they are. They won't follow me. Not anymore. Somewhere outside, faint and distant, an engine starts. Not mine. Not here. Not anymore. I lean back in the chair just enough to hear it fade my breath even now. For once the day begins without their voices in the room. And I don't miss them. Not even a little.